Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to do a beginning in a series of videos that I have planned where I review 5 products on Friday, which is when I'm hopefully getting this video up. My schedule is going to be changing a little bit here and there, so just kind of bear with me as I get everything into the groove. But this week I wanted to do some skincare products that were sent to me. I used to kind of review each of these individually and do a video about each of these products on its own, but I noticed only a couple people were watching those videos, and I think I was putting a lot of work into editing each separate video. But then also, since a lot of people weren't watching those videos because it was about one dedicated product that they may or may not have heard about or may be interested in, I didn't really think it was fair to the companies to accept product when they would just be giving me product and then only a couple people would be watching the video. So I think people are going to watch more when I talk about several products and just give quick reviews. And then if you have any questions or you want a more in-depth review, I would be happy to do that for you later. Or I can answer those questions for you in the description box. Possibly even do a blog post because I want to start using my blog more. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the products. I have some skincare. I have an eye cream, a face cream, 2 sorts of like mask or like face treatment type deals, and a cleanser. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the cleanser here, and this is the SKIN&CO Roma Truffle Therapy Cleansing Oil. And it comes in this bottle. As you see, it's a dual phase, and you shake it up and it mixes and then you pump it out. This is actually a brand new bottle. My bottle is downstairs in the bathroom. I've used almost all of it. I'm probably to about here on it. I've been using it for about a month. So I would say you get like 4 to 6 weeks out of your bottle, and this retails for $30. So just kind of depending on what your budget is, that may be a bit much for you. On the instructions it says to take 3 to 4 pumps of cleansing oil on your hand, gently spread cleansing oil all over face in a circular motion, blend with eye makeup in an outward circular motion using your fingertips. And then it says step 3, wet your hands and face in a circular motion until cleanser oil turns milky. Step 4, rinse thoroughly with lukewarm water. Be sure to rinse completely along the hairline and pat your face dry with a clean towel. So I did do that method, but what I will say is I was looking online at this as well, and when it tells you how to use it online, and I also think maybe in the instructions that were sent to me by the company, there's an alternate way to use it where they say that you put it onto instead of using your hands, you put it onto a cotton pad and apply it that way and then do all that. And I don't suggest the cotton pad just because I feel like the cotton pad, when I tried it that way, absorbed a lot of the product, so I felt like that was being wasted. And then, so I do find that their instructions, like on the bottle itself, are the best instructions if you're somebody who is able to get it into your hand. Also be careful because this pump will just kind of it out, so just kind of like put it there, make sure you're getting the product and that you're not wasting any. So then I did rub it all over my dry face, and then added the water, did everything that it said to do, and I found that it did not actually remove my eye makeup that well. It did kind of loosen it a bit, but it didn't fully remove it. So I found that this cleanser was best when I actually went and removed my eye makeup first with the micellar water, and then kind of, you know, since it wipes away with a cotton pad, your face is still dry when it's time to apply this. And then I went in with this. It took the rest of the makeup off that was possibly left by the micellar water, and it just cleaned all the face makeup and everything. I feel that's kind of the best way for me, so I'm not using a ton of this product, going back in a second and third time, trying to get all my eye makeup off. And then when it comes to removing it, I find that there's 2 different ways depending on your preferences. This is one of those cleansers, if you just kind of like do the milky thing, rub it around, splash water, and then pat your face dry with a towel. It does kind of leave behind a very moisturizing feel, which I personally love because my skin is on the drier side. But a lot of people do complain about kind of having like a they call it like a residue or just any sort of remnant of the product left over. They don't like it. They don't like to feel any of that. And so I did do an alternate method of cleansing my face with this to get rid of that, where I went ahead, I did all the other steps, but then when it came time to remove it from my face, instead of like splashing just the water on my face and then patting dry, I took a washcloth or a muslin cloth, you can use either one, and I got it pretty warm and I just applied it to the face and then kind of wiped away. And by using a wet muslin cloth to then do the finishing touches on the face, I found that it didn't leave any residue or anything like that on the face. So if you're worried about maybe any of the oil staying on the face, that's an alternate way to go ahead and remove it. I really like this for when my skin is feeling really dry and irritated, just because it is so moisturizing. So if you have very dry skin, I think you're going to love this. If you have oily skin, I think it would still work for you, because I think that oily skin people should use oils just as much as everybody else. But if that's something you're not comfortable with or you just don't like it, obviously you're not going to like this because it is an oil cleanser. The one gripe I kind of have about this is the packaging. The packaging's a little bit cheap. I think for a $30 cleanser that lasts 4 to 6 weeks, the packaging is very drugstore-like. I think that they should have upped it on the packaging. I know that it has some ingredients in here that are a little bit more expensive, and maybe that's why they weren't able to splurge on this, because they claim that this is the only cleanser on the market that includes black diamond truffle extract. And when I did some Googling to see if that was true, I didn't find any other cleansers that used black diamond truffle extract, but I did find some other makeup brands that actually used the black diamond truffle extract in like their face creams and things like that. And those retailed anywhere from $150 to $300. I believe what I looked at was, I believe it was Estee Lauder, or maybe it was Elizabeth Arden. I forget which one. It was either Estee Lauder or Elizabeth Arden, or maybe Lancome. It was like one of those brands that used this in their creams. If I can look it up or whatever, I'll put it right here. But anyway, those products were super expensive that used that ingredient. So I can kind of see maybe they just went ahead and decided to try the, I don't know, to use the ingredients, put the money into the ingredients over the packaging. So yeah, my one gripe is the packaging, because it's just like cheapy sort of drugstore packaging. But again, it's not going to last you forever. It's going to last 4 to 6 weeks. So really, the packaging doesn't have to last a super long time or be all that amazing because it is older. With that being said, they did provide me with this for a giveaway. So I will be giving this to somebody. So if you're interested, go ahead and leave in the comments below that you would like to try this. And I will choose somebody in about a week and I will send it out your way. I have 2 mask or like facial type products to talk about. And the first one I want to talk about is by Premier Dead Sea Professional. Well, that's what it's called. It's the Premier by Dead Sea Premier. And this is the Refining Facial Peeling Mask. And this retails for $129. And this is another product that they offered to do a giveaway on, but I don't have the extra product for you. But again, leave your information below after I talk about it if that's something you'd be interested in. And I will get your information to the company whenever I choose somebody, and hopefully they'll send that out. But anyway, again, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and talk about this. So it comes packaged like this, and it has a little scoop to take it out. I did do a demo of this probably about a month or so ago when my actually, it's been about over 2 months now because my bathroom was still intact when this happened. I've had some bathroom issues, and then I was going to refilm me using this, and the bathroom's such a mess that I haven't been able to do that. So I wanted to go ahead and get the video up and talk about it. But anyway, you open it up, and then on the inside, which I kept this on there, which I probably shouldn't have, but anyway, you open it up and you get like this clear sort of gel. And the idea is on a clean face is that you rub a thin layer of the gel, and it comes with a scoop to get it out so you're not putting your hands down in there. So you scoop some of this out, and then you rub a thin layer over your face, and then you start to rub it in. And the idea is that it kind of helps to get dead skin up. So it's like one of those masks, and a lot of them are gimmicky. I've seen several of them that are very gimmicky. Like I have one, the Sonia Drakkar one, and where they claim that like those little beads that you're rubbing on, or like the little stuff that's peeling up is your skin. It may have your skin included in it, but it's not all skin, especially some of those, because I could put it on a piece of plastic and do that, and then once it dries, it peels up. I found, though, that my results from this one were different from the Sonia Drakkar. The Sonia Drakkar, I had decent results. My skin felt very soft after using it, but this, my skin felt like a baby's butt after using it. It had, like, I was really, really surprised. And also, it didn't seem to peel up as much as the Sonia Drakkar did, leading me to believe that it's actually more of the dead skin coming up as opposed to it just having an agent in here that once it dries, like a gel or something, once it dries it just peels up. But I'm going to scoop a little bit of this out and put it on the back of my hand since I'm not doing the whole demo right now in the bathroom, just to kind of show you. So I'll put some right here on the back of my hand, and then start to rub it in. And there you go. And then as you can see, that little bit there, it's supposed to be skin. So I don't know if there's something in there, which it's, the color and stuff is coming up like my skin, but I think it's just kind of helping to take any dead stuff away. And this was extremely helpful around the time of the month when my skin got super, super dry. And I was using the Paula's Choice, like the 2%, like the BHA liquid. I was using that on my skin, and it really did have some areas on my face where it looked super like dry and patchy. And then I went over it with this, and that went away. So I will say that this is really good if you kind of have like dry, patchy areas. That's the time to kind of go in and use this. My skin feels so soft after using it. It's like, it's crazy soft feeling. But just to talk about some of the ingredients in here, it's got witch hazel, salicylic acid, and aloe. And the witch hazel is actually what I use as a toner, and it's supposed to lift dirt and tighten your pores. And then the salicylic acid obviously is to lift dead skin cells and also the excess sebum. So if you have oily skin, this would be something that you would probably really like to try, because it just makes your skin feel so soft and fresh. Like, I really, really like this stuff. I think the price tag is a bit up there, but I feel like something that you're only going to use when you absolutely need it. It's, you know, worth it. So again, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, go ahead and just post below, and I will pick somebody and have them send that out. Like a clear sort of gel consistency. And it comes with a little spatula. I got in and I got that. Put like a thin amount onto the skin. By the way, this one is fragranced, in which I can smell it. It's not strong. It's the fragrance is towards the bottom of the ingredient list, but it is fragranced. If you can see, I'm going to try to get up close, where it's starting to kind of peel up. Alright, so on to the next product. And this is the Exuviance Bionic Oxygen Facial. This is like one of those masks that you put on and it starts to bubble up. Again, I did do a demo of this as well. And if I can find it somewhere in the footage from a couple months ago when I first got this, I will insert it here. So my face is damp. I didn't go to the extent of drying it, which you're not supposed to do with this. And now I'm going to pump some of this out onto my hand. And I'll start with this much. And you're just supposed to put an even layer over the skin. And you just wait. So now that it's on the skin, you wait a couple of minutes and it's going to start to bubble up. And so I'll come back when my skin is all bubbled up. Okay, so when I turned off the camera, my skin had actually already started to bubble up. So I'm going to get close so you can kind of see. I have a pimple right there. Enjoy that. Okay, so I'm going to get close so you can kind of see what it looks like when it bubbles up. So it's not going to get crazy, but I don't know how well you can see that. You'll be able to see that it is getting somewhat bubbly on the skin. So what's going to happen is after it's done getting all bubbly on the skin, it's going to just kind of go back and kind of look like it originally did on the skin, and then you're going to rinse it off. So I'm going to come back when it's all done bubbling. So just to let you know though, in certain areas of my skin, like as it's like bubbling, because as you can see it's getting whiter and whiter, it kind of has a feeling like you can feel it, and it almost feels like I want to scratch my face. So you gotta kind of like not do that. And why am I like wheezing this morning? Oh my gosh. But anyway, yes. I'll be back. Show you really quickly now that it's starting to, like the bubbles are like starting to kind of pop and go away. I thought you might like to actually like see it. So as you can see, this is what's left on my face. Probably another
couple of minutes and this will be gone. So it has all kind of fizzled out, and now I'm just going to rinse my face. And I'm all done rinsing my face, and this is the end, so I'm going to get back to talking about it.
But anyway, I did try this out, and I don't really notice that this does anything spectacular for my skin. But what I can say, on the days, like I had a cold, like just a small cold, probably that lasted maybe 2 or 3 days. So it wasn't anything crazy, but I just kind of felt dull, and I felt like my skin looked really dull, and I decided, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try this. So I tried this out, and I do notice that it kind of perked up my skin a bit. It made my cheeks, it just made my skin look more fresh, I guess is the best way to describe it. And the whole idea behind it, it's supposed to detoxify and energize the skin. And by the way, I didn't mention, this stuff retails for $65. You can pick it up at Ulta, but I'll leave any links of any of this stuff below. But it retails for $65, which again is kind of up there in price for something that, in my opinion, doesn't really do a whole lot other than just kind of fix some dullness or energize the skin. But what I will say, if you're like possibly a makeup artist and you want to use something that isn't super harsh on the skin because you're afraid of how somebody's skin may react to it, I think this would be really good just kind of to pep up their skin and just kind of prep the skin possibly before applying makeup. It's also really fun because it does bubble. And that's the only note I wrote here. I have my little cards here kind of helping me remember, and all I put on here was it refreshed my skin and made it less dull. I can't pinpoint any particular result, and that's true, I can't. But it's something really fun. So like maybe say you're going to have like a spa day with some friends, like at your house, or you have a special occasion coming up, or you just want to keep this on hand as a makeup artist, just in case somebody's kind of has like dull skin and you just really want to help, you know, do something with their skin to liven it up. I think that this is something that you could use for that. What they say on here is pure oxygen and bionic blend mask, detoxifies and energizes and restores a radiant, youthful complexion. And I think that's true. I think this is something extra though that you really would need, but I also think that this is something that any skin type can use. I don't think anybody would find this irritating. The ingredients aren't bad. I had the box around here somewhere. The third ingredient down is, well, the first ingredient is the water. And then you've got glycerin in here as well. So again, it's going to be something to just kind of add a little bit, pull a little bit of moisture into the skin. And when you take it off, there's like no residue. It just really does just brighten the skin a little bit. This is what it looks like on the hand now after I've been blabbing. As you can see, it's starting to bubble up. And the idea behind this is when you use it, you're supposed to let it bubble up, then let the bubbles die, and then you add water and you wash it off. So you don't wash it off while the bubbles are there. When the bubbles are there, it's still like doing its thing. So this is just an interesting product, and it's something that I've been curious about these bubble masks, and I'm sure that they're all slightly different with different ingredients and different things that they're supposed to do. But it was just kind of fun to try one out. It's not something though that I think I'm gonna keep in my regular skincare, but if you're also somebody who suffers from like dull skin, this might be just something that you would want to use to liven up your skin before a particular important occasion. Alright, so the next product I want to talk about is this eye cream by Oz Naturals. They've actually been very kind to me. In the past, they've sent me several different things to test out and give reviews on, and I have done reviews about them before. And I did a review on their eye gel that they sent me, and it was not a positive review. It was like, I like the ingredients, I love the fact that their stuff is all natural, but it kind of bothered me that the eye gel was sticky. It left my eye feeling sticky around that area, and it really bothered me. So they knew that I didn't like that, and then they gave me the opportunity to try their eye cream, which I thought was really nice, or their eye creme. Because again, it has really good ingredients in it, but it's just in a different form. So this has Matrixyl Syntha 6 in it, which a lot of different brands are using Matrixyls, but there's several different ones. There's like Matrixyl 3000, and then there's this one that is a mix of Matrixyl and then their Syntha 6, which is actually a proprietary blend that they have of several different ingredients in together. And that proprietary blend is just supposed to rebuild and repair damage to the dermis, which is like the layer of skin, or dermis just is the skin. So that's just what it's supposed to do. And then another ingredient I wasn't very familiar with is astaxanthin. Okay, let's go ahead and sound it out, Autumn. Astaxanthin. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's derived from algae and it functions as an environmental shield. I thought it was funny though, they have that mentioned, and that's what it is. And it's derived from algae and it does that, but then this also has algae extract in it, so I thought it was kind of redundant for them to list it that way. But it also has coffee seed extract, carrot root extract, and vitamin E. So lots of good ingredients in here. My hand is going to be like so awesome after this, but I'm going to put it on here for you. It's not a super thick cream. I like the fact that it comes in a tube so you're not dipping your finger in it all the time. But it's one of those creams that like, I kind of want almost say like a cream to gel formula. But this just rubs right into the skin, and I use it on the eye, and it's very moisturizing, but I would say give it probably 15 seconds and it has sunk in and it's already done its thing. So I've actually been using this during the day quite a bit to put, I've just been keeping it here on my makeup table. So I'll wash my face and then come up here and prep my skin to put makeup on. And I always use this, different sorts of concealers and all that stuff goes over this really well, and it doesn't kind of like make the concealer go on patchy or whatever. The eye gel I found when I did try the eye gel that they had, I found that I had to top it with something to where makeup would work on it because it just was kind of sticky and things would go on patchy. But this I didn't have to really pair it with anything. It felt really nice. And I'm going to continue using this. This is something that I just keep here at my makeup table now. So I do highly suggest this. It's actually pretty inexpensive, which I should have mentioned. You can get it on their website, or you can even get it on Amazon where they run different deals. But it's around $20, in which you get a full ounce of eye gel. And it's cruelty-free. It's 99% natural. And it's got good ingredients. Like, this is just really something that if you are wanting to, if you're trying to be more conscious about the different ingredients you're putting on your skin and you want natural sort of eco beauty, I think that this is a good brand to try out just because all the ingredients are good and it's good, like they're not killing bunnies for you to have. This thing is actually something that comes from an animal, and this is called the cream, and it is a face lotion or face cream, and this is 75% colostrum. So if you're familiar with what colostrum is, if you've ever had children, of course you're familiar, but within the first 72 hours after giving birth to a child, your breast produce colostrum. And colostrum is very nutrient rich. It looks kind of yellow because your milk actually hasn't come in yet. The colostrum's job is just to give tons of nutrients to the new baby and to help the baby survive until the milk comes in, pretty much. And so this obviously is not human colostrum. There's a cow on here. But this is cow colostrum, and the same idea. It's very nutrient rich. It's very healing. And if you're just looking for something that, again, is more natural and very, I guess, rich, if like you have, like I do, like dry skin or something that just needs a little extra something, I think this would be really good for you to try. I've been trying this for a while. I also pumped some into a little container and shipped it off to a friend a couple months back and let her try it, and she liked it as well. The packaging, it comes in this tube, and by the way, this retails for $59 and you've got 1.7 ounces. But it comes in this tube and you just need a little bit. Like, this is how much it pumps out. And they suggest that you just need a little bit. So this will last quite some time. I've been using this pretty much on a daily basis since getting it, and I don't know how much is in there. I don't know if I can hold it up to my special lights and tell how much product I have. I can't. But as you see, it just kind of spreads out, and it's very rich. It has a slight sweet scent, but it's not like it's not perfume. It's just the sweet scent, I think, is just naturally what colostrum or the ingredients in here would smell like. But this has tons of good stuff in it. It's got vitamins A, C, D, E, B1, B2, B6, B12, folic acid, and 22 amino acids and trace minerals for total skin health and beauty. I will say the other ingredients in here, it says it's a delectable blend of New Zealand colostrum, coconut wax, Cold pressed oils of aloe, rice, orange, apricot, meadow foam, vanilla, blueberry, and hemp with natural silica, zinc oxide, organic bentonite clay, and colloidal silver. And I think it's kind of genius of them to put the bentonite clay in here, because if you have oily skin but you still, like, say you have acne scarring, so the colostrum's going to go in there and help with the healing. But if you have oily skin, that a little bit of bentonite clay in there is just really going to help to keep your skin not so oily, but your skin's also nourished at the same time. So I think it's kind of genius that they put it in there. So with my dry skin, I didn't find it drying at all. With the clay in there, it's like you don't even notice. Like, my skin just feels nourished. But I can see how somebody with oily skin could really benefit from this as well, because your skin is just going to feel moisturized and not oily. It's not an oily product. I posted about this on Instagram when I first got it and I started using it, and a lot of people were turned off by the fact that there's colostrum in here. But if you think about it, lots of companies have been using, like, milks and things like that in it for a long time. Like, you've got goat's milk soap, all that stuff, and that stuff is great for your skin. So I don't really see this being any different. Like, they use stuff like that all the time, and you're not killing the animal to get it. It's just, you know, the colostrum. But like I mentioned, I kind of got off on a tangent there. So I write things about the product so that I can mention it and not forget it in the video, because I'm kind of scatterbrained. I put that it sinks in. I put mostly unscented, but I detect a slight natural sweet scent, which I just touched on that. The pump gives a small amount, and they only claim you need 1 pump. I think if you are just putting it on one area of your face, like, say, I don't know, like your forehead or something like that, that maybe you would only need 1 pump. I need about 2 to 3 pumps each time I use this. And then again, I put on here the colostrum is nutrient rich and it can help speed healing of skin, which I did find that after a breakout, I do get, like, those red dots on my face, like the hyperpigmentation, and this does help to speed up the hyperpigmentation or any redness or any, like, sores I have after breakout or whatever. I do find that this is really helpful for that. So again, I will leave any links below. Those are my Friday 5. I hope I got through this video and it makes somewhat more sense. I do have some other ones coming up where I'm going to be talking about Trader Joe's products that I'm testing out, lip oils, and all natural deodorants that I have tested. And those will be in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!